Welcome to another Warcraft the audio commentary. Today, guys, we're going to be watching several games between two players who you may or may not know, but you probably know at least both of them. And as a special treat, as a very special treat that I am incredibly excited about, we actually are going to be doing this Cocaster style with one of the players, which I know you guys like because you learn a ton from it. It's always fun, not to put any pressure on you. But let me just go ahead and introduce him. His name is the Big Q, the Big Quacker. His name is PLZLEAVEDUCK. Hello. Hey, Pierre. Happy to be casting with you. Wasn't ready for the ear scream at the start, but looking forward to this. I'm sorry. It's all good. Let's introduce the players, shall we? Do you want to do the introduction? I'm sorry. Yes, the map is Twisted Meadows. We have Jehong. Look, everyone knows him as Moon. He is the 5th race, as everyone knows. He is going to be spawning in as the Teal Night Elf player in the upper left part of the map. And then on the upper right part of the map, we have the Light Blue Undead, sometimes called the 6th Sense. I believe it is Duck. I'm sorry. All right, that's fine. So right off the bat, we see I went for Alter Zig Crypt, and I send my Ghoul out after I have the 50 lumber for the Ziggurat. And this is pretty much to see whether he's going for the orange camp, which they'll do with the Ancient of War for the 3 Gnolls, or what Moon's doing right here, which is really strong in the early game. You creep out the Merchant camp in the Ancient of War, you get access to all the merchants, and then it gets out of hand. And they get a lot of XP, and if you don't kill that Ancient of War, which is kind of a hard thing to do, they can kind of walk it right over to... Really, there's several options for where they can walk that orange and get even more creeping in that XP for that Warden. It can go anywhere. I was going to start pointing it out, and I was like, actually, yeah, there's a lot of places. And, of course, he gets the Potion of Greater Mana, which is probably the best item for the Warden that you can get here. Basically, you can either, whether he goes Fan of Knives and just kills all the ghouls, or if he goes Dagger and chases the Death Knight, you can't really go wrong with it. He does something really nice here. He uses, I think, did he use the Wisp to drag the Priest? I didn't even look, but he got the Priest pretty early. I think he did, but I could be wrong. I wasn't quite watching. Is he going for the Deny? Oh, he goes for the Deny. Oh, he gets it. That is a shame, getting that mana pot early on. It's bad enough when they chase your Death Knight down with Shadow Strike. When they have that much mana, it's even scarier. Although I don't know if he's going to be using it early, because he's only level 2, and he could probably have a lot better use out of that later. Unless you go for a push. I don't know what you do, but we'll see. And Moon's going for that second Ancient of War by the Gnolls down there. And he loves to do it on this map, because he's going to creep out those Gnolls and then eat through the trees, and you can creep the Merchant. And then the other Ancient of War is going to uproot and clear out the top side, and he can be anywhere and harass at the same time. Very powerful and efficient gameplay by Moon. And of course, it just synergizes so well with that Warden. And even if he wants, he has 2 playstyles available there. He can either go for the solo Warden play, or he can go for the second hero as a Panda and just go ahead and power level him because he's got those AOWs in position already. Yeah, so right here, I see that he had the mana pot, and I just have to run and pretty much give this up. Yeah. He's full mana now, which is just insane. Yeah. Well, it is nice to make him use it early on before he's level 3, so that's a small win, but he's just able to pick all these ghouls so easily with the Shadow Strike. He doesn't have boots of speed yet, though, so I have a chance to fight this. At least he's only getting a couple of ghouls here. Is he gonna get another one? He might, but Mike goes his archers in all 3 directions. That is definitely a pain to kill any of those archers. He's still a Tree of Life, though. That's surprising. I wonder what is he doing with his money? Another Moonwell? Does he expect you to be doing some kind of rush here? It doesn't look like it. I think he's just really trying to set up for a lot of archers, a lot of creeping early, get that level 5 Warden or whatever. Well, you're right. He does have a lot of archers. I didn't really realize just how many. And I guess he can buy mercs too if he wants. He still hasn't got boots of speed. I guess he's been so focused on microing his archers. That he's doing an excellent job with. He's actually completely shut down.
Like, yeah, because we're fighting for control over this null right now. Because if I kill that, I get level 2, and then that aura, the archers can no longer run away, and it just changes everything.
Also, good deny on the ghoul. Always good to do that.
Yeah, because if they get level 3, then things just die.
Spiral out of control rapidly.
Yes. And then we see Moon still harassing while creeping at the same time, while doing everything, getting a Hunter's Haul down now. Shop's about to finish, and he's going back to get his level 3. And he leaves that archer there to see where my army is. Really good play by Moon. He has wit spread everywhere. One by the Goblin Lab, one at the top.
If you look at his view, we can just see how much vision he has of the map right now in several key areas.
So I did get level 2. I'm going for this Null camp, which I'm creeping 2 little Nulls while he's able to Ancient War creep. So this is definitely favoring Moon.
I like how you get the skeleton scout in just to see, like, okay, he's still at tier 2. He's in his base. He did just hit level 3, and you kind of can guess at that point where he's going to be at on the map because although I don't know if you saw him, it looked like he was running up from the triple orange null camp down there. Yeah, that's what it looked like he's running into his base.
It's good to always click on the warden. Like if you click on his warden right now, like normally they'll have boots, but whether they have staff or not, that's going to tell you if they want to go in your base and harass acolytes mid-tech. Like right now you see me get the Nerubian tower. That's in anticipation of him going to buy boots and a staff, because I saw he didn't even have boots. And so he does buy the boots, but he elects to harass instead. And you see his Wiz still scouting all the bases.
I'm just trying to find out as much info as possible. Is he going for a panda? Do you know?
Well, he's Ancient War creeping the top left lab, so I'm thinking he wants to go for... Yeah, he'll probably go panda.
It's always an interesting choice. I like the Nova on the warden. You have to do it, but it just feels kind of wasteful. It's getting him out of there just a little bit. It's hard to creep too in this position.
It's hard to do a lot of things. There's that Shadow Strike is just so strong, and then he has that Clarity Potion too, and I'm forced to TP here.
Oh, does he get the steal? Oh, that's a shame. Picks up a second pair of boots, though. Oh.
2 is better than 1, that is for sure. Although, at the very least, he was not able to Ancient War creep during that, so there is that, and I'm almost tier 3.
So what's the big deal when you get tier 3 against a warden? How does that help you?
Pretty much, it's so fragile. You just get it's the combination of the orb, and then a lot of times people get like a Naga or a Dark Ranger, and that just completely shuts down the warden play.
What happens if, let's say, this game had went really bad for you, and the warden was like level 4.5 right now, and you were basically level 1?
Well, if you need Unholy Aura, if you don't have the Unholy Aura, the Shadow Strike will just kill you. That's why a lot of times you'll see undead players, they don't skill until they see the hero, and if they see a warden, they immediately sometimes will just get the aura, or else they just chase you, and it's bad.
It's a very good call. It's good information. And we're gonna go ahead and see you picking up level 2 on the Lich, which is fantastic. The warden's coming back in. That Death Knight is getting really close to level 3, but you're definitely gonna have to get either some kind of unit kills or some more creep before that happens. Warden now being level 3, of course, is going to make this a little bit more difficult, but at least you're transitioning into Fiends, which is a little bit more tanky than the Ghouls.
Yeah, getting Ghoul Frenzy, and pretty soon I'll get Destroyers. And then the goal is to creep your Lich to 3 and then do a Destroyer push. It's mainly versus Orc, but the biggest part of the army is probably the Lich getting level 3. That level 2 Nova, the splash damage, everything, it just... Even the health, because you have no health on the Lich, so anything you can get from leveling that Lich is probably the most important part of your army.
How concerned are you right now about that panda?
Well, he did get Polo Barrel Keg, which is the best panda name.
Yeah.
I'm not really worried about the panda right now. I'm just mainly worried about, because I look at his warden, he doesn't have any like power items. It's just if I can nuke down that warden or just like target down bears really quickly. I mean, I think I can avoid it. Yeah.
All right. So is this one of those games where you're gonna have to worry about mass expansions?
This is a game where I'm like, okay, he had a pretty strong early game, but he delayed his tech and he did a lot of archer creeping. I want to get to a pretty strong 60 food destroyer push. That's the
Okay.
goal. Because around that time, like around when I'm at like 50 food, he's going to put down an expansion, and it basically says you have to break or you got to bank till 80 or 70 food. So I made the decision to do like a 60 food destroyer push or something like that. At least that's the goal.
That makes, I mean, that makes a good amount of sense. He's just so aggressive with these Ancient of Wars, and like you said, well, like you were telling me earlier, he's already gotten the upgrade for these Ancient of Wars to be able to move faster, so that he can creep with it even better.
Yeah, it's a great upgrade, especially because he's been using them all game long. 2 Ancient of Wars, like he has one on the other side of the map. He's even getting archer range because he's had these for so long. It's just getting so much use out of them.
700 range archers, wow.
I will say though, his item drops have not been that good. They're not the items you want. Like you want a Sobe mask from that lab, and he got I think like agility boots. So
Yeah, his drops have definitely been lackluster. Although he can turn all of that into gold. So
yeah, that's true. Although he did get that mana pot at the start, which set everything up.
that is a good point too. Definitely cannot disregard that.
So from this camp, I'll get the level 3 Lich, which will make me trigger my push. You can see that I'm banking at 46 with the statues. The statues are really nice because you can stay with no upkeep, and then when you buy your hero from the tavern, you just jump up 10 supply at once. And if Night Elf banks at 50, then all of a sudden you're just 15 supply ahead, and like what can they do?
It's a very good point. So we're about to see that push get executed right here. As you can see, he's jumping into upkeep right now with the Naga third. Pretty good hero. Are you going to put any of those items onto him for survivability, or is he a throwaway hero at this point?
I hope so. I really
No TP going all out for this push.
Okay, so I know with Warden, I clicked the items, I saw no greater health pots. The Warden's fragile. If I kill this shop, that severely limits its items and his healing. So he'll have to do bears, but the bears should be in form, and then I can devour it, hopefully.
It's a good strategy.
It's 60 supply to 48, and I have decent hero levels. This fight should go well for me. Should.
It's going alright. He's going to get that first staff out on the bear. Those archers obviously are going to be a bit of a pain for the destroyers, but you can take care of those guys with the frenzy goals, no problem. And destroyers kind of getting pushed out. Nice nuke on the bear.
A
Saving
heal
the
scroll
warden
would
for
have been
last.
great here.
Yeah. That would have been a wonderful item. Oh, he's taking a lot of damage too. Nuked. HP pot going off. Gonna get staffed at
Great
159.
staff there. During that fight, you saw Moon run away his bears from the destroyers while they had mana, and it's just because if the destroyers are attacking the bears while they have that mana, they just go down so quickly. And then he had his warden alone against the fiends and the ghouls, so he's separated that really nicely.
Nice. Level 4 on the Death Knight. Going for the panda focus. Nothing on the Lich. Oh.
The inner orc is going off in Moon. Oh, I actually had an invulnerable pot there. That did not go off. He had a really good nuke snipe on that Lich. He did a dagger, breath, and fan all within like 1/10 of a second there.
I didn't even know he had fans skilled at that point, if I'm being honest. I wonder if he was saving those 2 skill points.
Yeah, a lot of times elves will save it in case like the ghouls get an early game surround. Instead of wasting their TP, they'll skill blink, and there's nothing wrong with having blink. You just chase the Death Knight.
Yeah.
And once again, Moon with the Ancient of War creeping, already positioned at the red. Like the second I TP, he's already ready to go make his next move. And this is why Moon's such a great player. He doesn't wait around in his base thinking what the next move is. He's already had it ready.
And he is definitely going to creep this out. Getting very close to level 5 on both of those heroes after this creep if he splits the XP.
Still actively scouting with his Wisp too, going to my natural expansion, seeing if I have anything going. Where am I? Great, he has Wisp all over the map too. And even the Ancient of War outside of his base, if I want to go to my main to his to attack, I have to go through that Ancient of War.
Picking up an Orb of Darkness.
Once again, not the best item.
Not
I
really,
expect
just
that to
the
be
silence. Yeah, he went ahead and immediately staffed and sold it. Good amount of gold though, but I guess it's pretty nice that he didn't pick up the silence staff, because that would have just been probably good game.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, at that point, I don't even know what you should do. But you gearing up for a second attack, we're going to see. You are at 50 supply, getting the Lich just about back out. Here comes that Warden one more time just to do some harass right here. Gonna Shadow the Fiend isn't going to do a whole lot. These statues here. Just kind of slow you down. Joke's on him, though. You're waiting for that Lich, right? Right?
Yeah. Well, he gets his panda to level 5.
Yeah. Gets a little bit of HP on the panda from that strength tome.
Oh
and
my god,
2 pin advantages.
Well, that's fine. You're dead after the first one anyway.
Item luck is very easy to change.
Alright, so my Lich is out now. And I just gotta pray that he gets surprise nuked by, like, because I didn't have enough mana. Maybe me doing a mana pot would. But no, Moon's always on top of his hero control. That is definitely what he's best at. Stabbing units, microing.
And it was worth it to force the TP anyway, I think.
So supplies are slightly even, 57 to 55, but he definitely has the hero advantage at this point, and he's got his pandas have gotten some good mana items now.
And here's another question. So what are you thinking with the Abomination? Is that because is that for the blocking of the bears? Is that for focusing on dryads? What is it for?
It's for Disease Cloud.
Ah, okay. That makes good sense. Which of just now finishing, good timing on that.
That Breath of Fire. I've noticed because Moon's really good at staffing units that I got the Warden at least.
Oh wow! Yeah.
However, the Lich falls.
That's not too bad. It does look like this is going to be cleaned up a little bit by the elf, though. I mean, I don't know how well this army can fight, but those bears are going to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, just really good creeping by Moon this game. Good micro, good splitting his armies out in fights. He handled it perfectly.
And he's microing that really well as well.
And GG is called.
Good game. That was game number 1. We've got a few more to cast. So, do you want to have any post-game analysis of that?
He got a very good spawn with the merchant camp, and then really good uses of the usage of the mana pod. He went around, he pressured me when I was level 1, didn't let me get level 2. He made me fight for that creep. Got a lot of gold kills with that, and then that just set the tempo for the rest of the game with his Ancient of War creeping.
And I'm going to say, I think you still had a chance to win.
That push where I had 60 supply versus 48, that if I had a heal scroll, because I had 3 red HP ghouls and 2 red HP fiends, game would have looked completely different. I think I got a little too caught up on focusing his warden at one point, and I let a lot of the dryads live, and then he just microed really well from there.
And I would say that if at some point when you realized that your Death Knight wasn't the focus target there, and the warden or the Lich was, maybe if you'd switched over. Or, well, was it the Lich that died with the Invul Pot, or was it the Naga?
It was the Naga.
Right, and you had the
beautiful target with that.
Yeah, but you did have the potion of greater healing on the Death Knight that you could have swapped over, just as in case. But I realize that that's like a hard call because he can obviously switch over to the Death Knight pretty quickly as well, and you didn't have a TP, so just really good play though by both players. I would say that was a really nice game. Apparently the WCA stream is up. We're gonna finish this cast, and then I'll probably start watching that. So. Let's go ahead and get into the second game if that's cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so this is on YouTube. Thanks for watching, guys. We're going to go to break, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.